Good morning, everybody. I guess it's just about lunchtime here, September 17th. We are back north, and we keep getting rain up here. So I'm thinking we're gonna have to try to fire up this dryer. We got it all plugged in, ready to rock and roll. It's all approved, inspected. We fired it. It runs. So bought that like, what, 3 years ago, never ran it yet. So this might be our time here. There's some more rain coming in, maybe even this afternoon. We're not done our wheat, and we have not done any canola yet. So the wheat is what I really want to get in. I don't really care that much about the canola. It'll dry down, and we can just sit up there until I'm ready to get to it. So we got durum in one bin, wheat in the other. We're cooling them. We were combining yesterday. We were taking it. We started at I think it was 16. We started with that, and all my wheat's going to a mill, and they wanted it 13. So they wanted it super dry. So 16 is still a ways away from 13. So we put the tough stuff in that bin. We were ready to run her through the dryer, but we've been running the fan on it, trying to cool it. Not cool it, but dry it a little bit, and it's come down to a good enough where we're putting it in with some already dry stuff, and then we're coring it, we're turning it, mixing it in with our 11 and 12% moisture. So we're gonna be fine. And then by doing that, we'll get this bin empty so we can go cut here. It rained again this morning, like a pretty good little shot of rain, and hopefully we can get cracking at it here yet again. All right, so quite a bit later here in the afternoon. I gotta get behind these bins. It's quite windy here this afternoon. There's a pretty big low system coming in, so it's gonna rain. Oh yeah, we're putting up some hoppers, a couple other hoppers over there. Anyways, the dryer, first time ever turning this thing on. No idea what we're doing, absolutely zero idea, but we're kind of winging it. We got a couple text messages from the guy who sold them, so we're going off some of his temperatures and times and minutes and load times and all that fun stuff. So what we're doing is we got about 500 or so bushel in this bin of like 15%, which is no problem, right? We already took that out, moved it into the big bin. We just want to make sure it all works, everything works, because we just went out and we took a sample of some of the wheat and it tested 23%. Like just about right off the charts. So if this all works, I don't know how tough you can take it. No idea. But we're probably gonna go and take a bin, which is about, this is like 8,000 bushel hop, well, 7,500 thing with you. Wow, tough stuff. Anyways, we're gonna go fill a bin, and it will take probably 24 hours to get this out of there and put it into the dry bin over there. Again, I have no idea how long it's gonna have to be in there, so that's what we're trying to figure out. So stay tuned. And of course, we didn't quite leave enough in the bin, and it ran empty before we could fill the dryer. So we are just gathering up like 100 to 200 bushel here. But I'll grab a little more just to make sure. But look how flat this wheat is. Okay, Dinah. She is flat on the ground. Which isn't good, because his wise will be in a swath. It just starts sprouting when it's sitting on the ground like that. So that's not awesome. Not good. Okay, that's good enough. I'm just gonna go back the other direction here. Luckily, this stuff was rolled. We rolled just about everything. There's just a couple fields we weren't able to get rolled, but a lot tougher than 15.8. I don't know why it's telling me 15.8. If it was 15.8, well, yeah, we'd still run it through the dryer. I have to have this stuff at 13. And I can tell too, because it's just piling a lot higher. Pretty clean though, isn't it? Really clean. So if you're wondering, Mike, why don't you just keep combine and get all the combines going and get cracking, and before this next rain comes, which is coming in this evening. And it's because we don't know the dryer is going to work yet. We've never ran it, and I definitely am not going to risk taking 8,000 bushels of 20% wheat off, putting it in the bin on a hope that everything's going to work how it should. Ain't doing that. When we run one cycle through it and everything looks like it should work, then we're going to run one more cycle through it of some good tough stuff, figure out how long it needs to be in there for, and then we will start to release the combines and go gather up a bin. I don't even know if it's going to flow out of the bin right at 20% or 22% or whatever it was when we tested it. And it's not drying down there because it's laying flat. All right. Round 2. This should finish up our dryer. Yeah. It's coming. So is Christmas, but it's coming. We're filling it up the rest of the way. Oh, that's wet. We did take a test of this and it was 21.3, but that was probably a couple hours ago. That's how it should go. All right, dryer must be full. We got a flame. I don't know if we're supposed to have that much flame, but we got a flame. Cycle right up to 220 and then it's cooling back down because we preset the temperature at 190. So right now we're just doing that. The majority of this dryer is at about 15% moisture, and that last little bit was pretty tough, but we just want to make sure everything's going to run. That's supposed to be our flame, is what I'm told. That's annoying. That ain't gonna last very long. It's gonna go all the time. But it feels like Hawaii right here, you guys. Humidity level 100% and warm. Yep. No idea what we're doing, but it's coming along. I keep calling the guy who sold it to me. He's been walking us through a lot of this stuff. So he couldn't come out today, and we needed to go. I feel like this is probably supposed to be on there, but it works. So I don't know. We got 2 tanks of propane. I feel like we might put a rubber belting around there because we can't actually elevate it anymore because we're hitting the supports and we're hitting the gate. We'd have to move the bin a little bit or the dryer, and the dryer's all anchored down now, so I don't know how this is going to shake down. But I don't really care. I just want to go combining. It's going to rain again at about 8. Just work. This is a different auger. Remember my last one blew over? Well, this time we actually tied it onto the top of the bin so it can't go anywhere. So, different auger. You know why this really bothers me? Because this is a black and red auger, and this is a yellow and red auger. You know how much that bothers me, you guys? Oh man, this stuff it's like Hawaii around here. All right, just nice to get going again here on the wheat. Look at that, standing straight up in there. Standing straight up. That's not a good sign. Oh man. Hope this stuff comes out and flows okay. I'm a dryland farmer, you guys. I'm not used to dealing with anything wet, moist, or tough. Normally I'm cutting stuff that's like 11% moisture, which is well under the 14.5 dry. Can't see very good here. That's a little better. Boy, this is lodged over. My reel has to do like half the thrashing here just to kind of claw it up, pick it up. So I got Luke out here on a combine with me, and got Ed and the trucker, and I left Tim in, pulled him off the other X9 so he can watch this dryer a little bit. He kind of needs someone there to watch that dryer, so that's what we're going to do for the time being. We're not going to go too crazy here. We're just going to grab maybe a couple trucks, stick it in there. I don't know if you can dry in the rain. I really don't. There's looks like 3 days of pretty consistent rain coming. So I don't know if I really want to get myself into a situation where I have like 8,000 bushels of 20-some% moisture in there, and if I can't dry for 3 or 4 or 5 days, that might end badly as well. So I'm a noob when it comes to drying. Obviously you can tell. I guess we all got to start somewhere. But yeah.
What's this field called?
Dennis's. Sample looks pretty good though. Pretty happy with that sample. All the wheat is pretty bleached. Oh, I started, and the neighbor started. See some bunch of New Holland combines over there. It's awesome. They're just stuffing it in a bag though.
North and south?
Yes. And I believe they're cutting barley. Obviously, I'm pretty happy with the yields. Anytime you're mid 70s. Be interesting to see what all this is gonna go when we fill the bin. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the combine says. It just matters what the bin says. And then you weigh it. Typically, this stuff is about 10% heavy. So then you add another 10% to your yield. Typically, it's like the Durham, I think, was 67 pounds or something like that. It's really heavy, which is the opposite of what I have back home. And yes, I hope to go to the buyer and sell them as a package deal. Bring up my grade on the other stuff. That's what I did the years prior. Alright guys, I'm going to sit back and enjoy some combine in here. Love it. Cutting nice crops. And yeah, I just love it. It's great. Catch you on the flipper.